What's up, guys? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update about the markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. Anyways, the market dipped quite a bit after the news came out that President Trump was looking to fire Jerome Powell. For those who don't know, President Trump cannot fire Jerome Powell at will. He can't fire him based off policies or disagreements like that, but he can fire him / replace him if he has necessary cause. If he believes that Jerome Powell is being incompetent and not doing his job, or he's not able to do his job properly, then yes, in that case, President Trump can actually replace Powell. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that because now President Trump is saying that he's not going to fire him. So initially, mainstream media was saying, yes, President Trump is going to likely fire Jerome Powell very soon. It was all over the news. The stock market dumped. But then President Trump came out and he's saying that that is fake news and that he does not have plans to fire Jerome Powell. And the market made a nice bounce so far. We're trying to rally a bit. We're back to turning bullish after President Trump has launched the market higher. So let's break this down. What's going on? President Trump said that we're not planning to do it when talking about whether or not he's going to fire Powell. He said we're not planning to do it. He also said that I don't want to rule out anything, but I think it's highly unlikely unless he has to leave for fraud. So that's what President Trump said. Initially, he was saying things like that. Then he started saying, once again, he won't rule out firing Powell, but it's very unlikely. Then he started saying that once again, he doesn't have plans to do anything like that. He went on about that. He talked to them about the concept of firing him, but that does not necessarily mean that he wants to fire him. That's what he essentially said. And then when President Trump was speaking again a couple of hours later, he said that no, he does not have plans to fire Jerome Powell. Then he said that the news about him firing Jerome Powell is fake news. It is not true. It is far from the truth. And that, once again, Jerome Powell is going to continue to work as the Fed chairman. However, President Trump did go on about how he's doing a lousy job. He's doing a terrible job. He's not happy with him. He went on about how there should be lots of cuts, and he's not really doing a great job at that. He also said that despite his lousy job, though, he is not going to fire him. That's what President Trump just said. Then President Trump went on about how he has deals coming. He said there's going to be a deal with India and that Iran wants to negotiate more with the US. But he made it very clear that he is saying that all this news about him firing Jerome Powell is fake news now. And he's saying that he does not have plans to fire Jerome Powell. He said that later on. I'm actually not seeing all of his words on mainstream media yet. I think he just said a couple of these things. Maybe later on we're going to see more headlines about this, but I'm just reading this off his transcript. He's not necessarily going to fire Jerome Powell. That's what he's saying. For now, the market loved hearing that. The market's bouncing as a result. As long as SPY does not lose 622, we're favoring 625 or above, and we could be going back up to all-time highs. We're looking more bullish. On the QQQ, as long as we don't lose 555, we're favoring 559 to 560, looking pretty good. The IWM, as long as we don't lose 220, we're favoring 222 or above. ES is looking more bullish. As long as we don't lose 62.80, we're favoring 63.10 or above. NQ, as long as we don't lose basically 23,000, we're favoring 23,100 to 23,200, looking more bullish. Bitcoin's looking more bullish, favoring 120,000 plus. Tesla's looking a bit more bullish. As long as we don't lose 320, we're favoring 325. Nvda, if we lose 169, Nvda could be dumping to 167 or below. But watch 172 as resistance. I think we test that on Nvda. If that breaks, we're looking more bullish. On Appl, we look more bullish. We're favoring basically 212. For others out there, such as AMD, we look more bullish. We're favoring 160 plus because they got also some big approval to sell many of their important chips to China. For Coinbase, I want to see if we could hold above 400. If we do, we're looking for this to continue to break out for 405. If we lose 386, though, we could turn back to bearish. For now, it's favoring upside a bit more. Amazon's looking weak, though. It could be testing 222. We're going to see if it bounces off that or not, but look for a test of 222. Meta is showing some weakness. We're going to be looking for a test of 700 and see if it bounces off that or not. If not, it could be dipping to like the 690s. Google's looking decent. It's consolidating between 185 and 183. So look for some sideways price action. We'll see which way it breaks as it's trading sideways. But Microsoft, as long as they're not below 503, we're favoring 508 as our potential target. The VIX, Got a big rejection. We're going to see if this continues to fall. If that indicates the market may bounce more. For now, the market's looking a bit more in favor of bulls, and we're going to see if we could hold this up until close and going into tomorrow. For tomorrow, we just have some important retail sales data in the morning alongside initial jobless claims. It's not that crazy. I think the Philly Fed data could also affect things, so be ready for that. And we'll see how the market does tomorrow. But for now, the market's looking a bit more volatile compared to before, and we're going to see how things end up going. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.